they can't win. Secret can't win against. Then you have the top lane with probably Veno Bane, which I also don't see them winning against. And they, to be honest with you, they also have bad heroes to keep Timber away in the offlane. What do they have? They have a Shaker and a Baton. He can just Timber chain across the fissure and no one's going to stop him, right? So VP have a lot of laning potential. I like their draft a lot for that reason. If Secret, however, do get off to good lanes, I would totally be with you that probably mid-late game favors the Secret lineup.
I guess I'm tunnel visioned. I just look, okay, 40 minutes in the game, let's say it's even. Secret's lineup's amazing. And I feel like every game goes to that point, but it's not always the case, obviously.
If it's even 40 minutes in, VP has misplayed, I think. So I think it's a lot up to themselves what they want to do here.
Alright, so Game 5 of the Grand Finals of the XMG Captains Draft 2.0. Let's go over the lines for Team Secret. Kuroki playing Necrophos, Puppy on Abaddon, S4 playing PA, which is very interesting. Misery on Batrider, and No Tail on one of his patented heroes, the Earthshaker with the Golden Totem. Very important to mention here. Looking for the bounty room.
And on VP, let's see who gets the bounty room. Sedoy's forcing away Misery, it looks like. Oh, who clicks fastest? Okay, Misery wasn't really trying. That's 100 XP and gold for Sedoy. And 100 XP and gold for the Necrophos offlane. This is really interesting. So, Sedoy will be playing the Timber bot lane. Mid lane is going to be, as expected, Jotum Lich together with G Morphling. And then top lane will be BZZ on Veno with Jarl Bane. They will be facing a Necro Abaddon lane. And the reason I think this is funny is there's this guy, I think currently he plays for BBC. The Balkan Bears. It's the team Weehaw plays in as well. I guess he's the more famous player from the team. He's #1 on the Europe ranking still, I think. This guy, I think it's called Pedrinho, would play Necrophos offlane and convince one of his teammates every game to play Abaddon. But they would run this lane and it's extremely difficult to kill. And you think you have the kill and then you narrowly miss it and then you lose a hero. And then the lane is over. If Necrophos Abaddon get 1 or 2 kills here, you just can't kill them anymore. So it's a thin line that VP are walking on in this lane, and they need to play it very well.
Kuroki goes level 1 into Heartstopper.
They're going to commit a lot of shutting that down.
What do you think about PA versus Morphling 1v1 then, instead of a dueling like you thought?
I think Morph should win. Has the range advantage, can get more out of Bottle Crowing, I would say. He has more powerful nuke. And I think that's the reason VP are doing it. They're realizing that this is probably a 1 lane without Lich, and then they give PA some more farm, but at the cost of what could be first blood top, but nice TP from Shaker.
Oh, it could be a big block, we'll see. BZZ is going to be the target of choice. First blood goes the way of No Tail with the longest auto attack of all time on that Earthshaker. And yeah, that TP certainly paid off. PA was killed mid though. Wait, who got first blood then? Okay, Morphling got PA after that.
That's a bigger kill. That's an even bigger kill. That's Bottle for G.
Try to force away with Stifling Dagger.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna run right into No Tail with that newly first blood. Doesn't have Enchant Totem or anything like that. Not that it would matter. It's a wooden stun. He's continuing to morph. 300 damage. They get him though. He has no mana whatsoever. And that's a kill for S4. But of course he splits that XP 3 ways. So not quite the same impact.
Morph is still a full level ahead.
Indeed.
And the thing about S4's item build in this mid lane, he's got Poor Man's Shield first and some tangos.
Oh boy, Kuroki top lane, all alone. This is what happens. Oh, never mind, Puppy's here. Can't quite kill him. Actually stays very long, but we'll see if it ends up paying dividends. They're gonna get 1 kill out of it, so 1 for 1. Definitely not a good trade for Secret. No Tail.
Oh my god, this isn't happening.
How is this happening? No Tail is everywhere.
And
he's been Abaddon died anyway.
Abaddon died because he got the kill with Mist Coil. He got so low that he could die to Poison Sting. This is hilarious.
If he had denied himself, that would have been a huge win for Secret.
Mid lane G, laying down the law.
He's still out leveling pretty big time, although we just talked about 30 seconds ago, so chances that change is pretty unlikely. Bottom lane, we haven't talked about at all, by the way. So, Batrider versus Timbersaw. What do you think about this matchup?
Looks like a wash for now, and I think that makes sense. Both of them are just going to farm. Neither can really initiate very well into the other. If someone has an edge when the fight breaks out, it's probably Timbersaw when he gets level 6. But until then, Batrider can stack up all the napalm he wants, but he'll never get a chance to kill Sedoy. He can always just Timber Chain away, so he can play like this, which very few heroes can against Bat. Yeah, he's going to have 10 sticks. He should just use them now, I think, to start getting more charges.
Oh, mid lane. I mean, we're looking at Secret Side. I'm so used to seeing them with such great gank potential, but Abaddon, obviously very defensive in nature. Gonna have to use Aquatic Shield on himself. Stifling Dagger now on G, but I'm used to seeing like Mirana from the sideline, Vengeful Spirit, something with like a nice stun combination. They have No Tail, and it's worked out really well, but I feel like just because No Tail is all over the place.
His rotations have been perfect. He's looking for top again. This is a less likely kill, I would say, because BZZ is now starting to play more passively, and when Koro is playing this aggressively, they know that someone's up to snuff.
Snuff?
And they're just pulling back. So this rotation didn't work. He might have also been spotted by this Radiant Ward around, or this Dire Ward around mid, which will now once again come into play for G. I don't know. It's Secret are gaining a head start, which I think is perfect for them. If they can just play even in the early game, I think it's good. So the question is, for VP, how do you come back in this one? And I think that one's a little bit trickier.
Oh, he's going for it, but the morph is there. As in the ability morph. and the hero,
he got his bottle back. He could go for this.
He's going to try. Waveform is up level 3.
Here comes Bane, yeah. That's a very, very dead.
Earthshaker Figure's not going to be up by this time, and an easy kill. Bane's going to get it. Not sure if that was intended or not, but either way, they get the kill.
And all of a sudden, Misery has taken over bottom lane. A little bit surprising to me how he suddenly got a 10 CS lead after they were dead even.
Experience still in the form of, or still in the advantage of Sidoi. See how big of that threat that ends up being. Puppy
This
and Kuroki
should not be a kill. He still has the
Sidoi.
sticks. Tango.
5 stacks, has his ulti, trying to chop down some trees. He's gonna fall. Misery though, if he trades his life, he's nice bottling.
Oh, this close!
That's gonna be it.
He actually died because he wanted to sticky napalm, I think. Probably could have run in a straight line and lived, but that's really important for y'all to get back in that. And I want to say, this is not a lane Timber should be dying to, one-on-one. He overextended, he used his sticks too late, got into a pretty bad position for jumping as, that's not going to work out. Catches him on the wrong side. Counter TP.
They're not going to
So
go any
I'm
further.
not interested in going for that one.
Jottam level 4.
And no tail will get the room.
Man, Lich is just gaining so many levels. I mean, ever since they changed Sacrifice, we haven't seen him that much, honestly, but still a noteworthy change of the recent patch. Well, not this recent patch, like 3 ago, but either way. No tail, level 3.
Rune on Shaker.
Yeah, if he was level 6, it would be a little bit better. Does he have Aftershock right now?
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't have Enchant Totem, so he's going full levels in Fissure.
This is the standard support, though. And he's going to be looking for BZZ, and BZZ will feel very safe because he has this Plague Ward. It's basically working against him right now. And that's probably going to be a kill.
On BZZ gets the Gale off, but right click
might
suffice. Another
really
long range
close.
auto attack of good old Earthshaker. Sidoi, who did he get a kill on? Oh yeah, an Abaddon, okay.
Got the Abandon, and Misery is now heading down here. Soon has Blink. That's a very early Blink bottle boots. The triple Bs.
Sidoi doesn't have a whole lot of mana.
Oh, he misses
and he actually misses the Timber Chain. Lasso, not enough mana for it yet. Don't even think they need it. Okay, well, maybe they do.
Or maybe...
Sticky Napalm, a couple more auto attacks will do it. Aquatic Shield is there just in case. Defensive measures from BZZ. They don't want to reinitiate. He could just go buy his Blink Dagger right now and use the Lasso. That would be his big surprise factor for Misery. See, that ends up being the case.
Looks like he's not thinking about it. Doesn't have mana for Lasso yet, and even if he does, he doesn't have Firefly. I don't think they can kill the Venom with their combination of arrows, maybe. Since he can't attack during the Lasso, it's just a disable and nothing else.
That's true.
And he'll be moving into the jungle.
All right, looking at the farm, 37-10 on the Morphling versus the PA 21-4.
It's not too bad for his farm.
Well, it's still advantage, obviously, going Morphling, but that, as you said, is what's to be expected. G's gonna get a regen rune here, bottled up, and Misery's gonna get the bounty.
And he's even gonna get a jungle stack. He's gonna be a very farmed Bad Rider. He gets 2 double stacks, as well as... No, he doesn't go for the triangle for some reason. Doesn't get the
You and triangles, I love it. Mighty Ducks. Probably don't understand that reference at all, but that's okay. We'll just pretend you do.
I'm stupid like that. I don't know. I don't know if that... Oh, okay.
Okay. It's a movie reference, it's okay. Kuroki level 7 at top lane. Timbersaw has transitioned to top, and man, these supports are really getting levels, I have to say. I'm not used to this. Almost everybody has their ultimate now. Abaddon
Yeah,
and
very
Lich the
early.
only two.
And surprising, Lich is going to be the last. To be honest,
that's
most
true.
likely. But yeah, Puppey is still ahead. Lich might overtake him right before level 6, but you generally see Lich getting level 6 as the first support in the game if there isn't a jungler. But
They're
not
going
in
to
this
initiate
case.
onto S4,
G.
and Bane is here to finish him off if need be. Can he get in range? Double TP. Cycling dagger
Very
on
nicely
G.
played by S4, and now the
Okay.
counterplay.
That's the fissure if he wants to use it on somebody. No, Bane is way too far away. They're going to go for Jotum. Lasso's up, not even needed. The crit is there. S4 gets Galed. It's only a level 1 Gale. TP's out just in case, but wouldn't have been near enough damage to kill him off. Just like that, another trade of 0 heroes for 1. Great trade all around.
Good trade.
Top lane, Yol still has Fiend's Grip because he wasn't in range last time.
Oh, that's a big kill if they can get
Chakram
it.
not going to connect, but the Fiend's Grip is there. Chakram will be up in 4 seconds if needed. Nice. It is not. Nice top.
They
pass,
can't
by
let
the way.
Korra stand up here and free farm. It's really important he doesn't get to do that. It's
Radiant's
if
bottom
if
tower
both
is
PA
under
and
attack.
Necro get decent farm, they don't even need to be very high up. But if they get decent farm and Bad Rider has good farm, I think Seeker are looking great. It's a very even game for now, but with Morphling going Midas, perhaps that's going to tilt things in VP's favor, because there's no hero on the Radiant that can really do it. So that economic advantage will be going their way.
Radiant's middle tower
And they're
is
hard to
under
push
attack.
into too. We haven't talked so much about that actually, the pushing potential. Usually if you have a lineup with Abaddon and Necro, you're looking to push towers because of the sustained heal. But you don't really have anything on, or apart from that, they don't really have any good pushing tools. And VP have Plague Wards, they have Waveform, situational, but Chakram is really good. So it will be difficult for Secret to take the towers. And then Morph can just farm with that Midas.
You've yet to see the Necrophos ult come into effect yet. Even the early kills, just putting somebody on the sideline for 30 seconds is pretty huge. In fact, it doesn't scale, it's just 30 seconds all around, so you could argue it's just as good early. Nah, that's not true, late game's so much better in certain situations, but still 30 seconds on the deck is a pretty big deal in the early stages of the game. Lich just about to hit level 6, he's going to be the last one to do so.
That's
Top
a big
lane,
ult to get.
Echo Slam, Fissure, Enchant Toad. I don't think he has enough of that somehow. The Misery's here. No Tail. Oh my god, look at the damage. The Lasso, along with the Firefly. No Tail better be careful. He's going to get finished off. Sidoi. Well, he's going to trade his life, but that is an amazing trade if you really think about it. Venomous ends up getting a kill on Necrophos. Speaking of trades. And that's with the help of Morphling. So Necrophos getting pretty much nothing at the moment.
Dire's top
Has
tower
tread
Alright,
is
I'm
under
gonna
attack.
make this prediction. Whoever gets 2 towers first is gonna win the game. We'll see if that holds true.
Okay,
Because I
2
think
towers.
this game right now is so much about who gets to move around the map. And if VP are able to get this bot tier 1 anytime soon with Veno as well as the mid, they're looking so good for potential on the map. They're gonna grip
on
Misery.
Misery,
Nice.
but a nice fissure on both him and BZZ. They're gonna get the first kill and the second one to follow. The Poison Nova is used. It's gonna force everybody out. It's gonna heal Puppey a little bit, in fact. And away they go. Kuroki though, he's here. Can they
Man,
reinitiate
he's-
back into this? Not sure if Fissure's gonna be back online.
Chain Frost is available.
It's up. Jotum extremely low. And down he goes. So Sidoi is the only one up here. And there's the Necrophos. Oh my god, I thought that was going to be enough to finish him off, but it wasn't. G, he's trying to be cleanup crew. Abaddon goes down
We got one.
in the end. Now it's a 1v1 versus Kuroki. This didn't end too well last
He's
time.
not gonna
Tower
get this
is
kill.
under attack.
1400 gold now on Kuroki, just like that.
And S4 wasn't there. So this means the mid tier 1 is gonna take some pretty significant damage,
Dire's
down to
middle
half.
tower is under attack.
Top lane towers down to a third. And I was talking about VPs. If they get 2 towers first, they'll just keep pressuring the map with Veno and Morphling split pushing and just farm more than Secret will and get some key pickoffs. But on the contrary, if Secret are the one getting those kills, yeah, this is not gonna happen. If Secret are the ones getting the towers, they can roam with that Bad Rider and find kills. Necrophos can just free farm, and that late game is gonna be a nightmare for VP. So towers so important in the next 10 minutes.
Lasso was so close there, but not going to happen this time around. And in fact, he has 1900 gold. You're talking about he's farming well. He's really farming well. He's going to get that Force Staff not too far away. G, with that Midas, has 2k gold. Is this a... You talked about the early shotgun. We'll talk about that in a second. We're going to have initiation bottom, perhaps. Blink,
Radiant's top tower
Flame
is under
Burr,
attack.
Firefly Lasso, Sidoi. be tough to get out of this one. In fact, he goes down.
Oh, Yol was trying to help.
He was. I think he's going to be okay. They don't have a whole lot of mobility other than the Bat Rider. And without Lasso, there's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, Earthshaker, once he gets that blink, then you have more possibilities for diving the tower. But what was I saying? Oh, shotgun. You go right away. Lincoln's against Necrophos ult.
He's getting Boots of Travel first.
Whoa!
Dire's bottom tower
Not
is under
sure how
attack.
sold I am on this idea.
That is super greedy.
Radiant's
He's
top
going to
tower
maximize
is
his
under
farm.
attack.
He's definitely playing the farm game, no doubt about it. Hot Nightmare. It can just be removed by Puppey and then they counter initiate. Here comes the
Shield
Doy.
is so good. Chakram not going to hit its mark. And away Secret goes.
Meanwhile,
Last
BZZ is
time I
putting
looked
some
on-
good pressure mid.
Oh,
Radiant's
talk about
middle
boosted travel.
tower is under
Forget the
attack.
Force Staff.
Yeah.
Is this a situation where he, I mean, I'm guessing he probably was just
Radiant's
saving for it the
top
whole time,
tower
but
is under
do you see
attack.
Boots of Travel on Morphling and say, okay, maybe I should get Boots of Travel myself? Does that enter the minds of the players?
No, I don't think he saw them even.
He's been in the jungle this whole time, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Even then, I don't think that's the point for Misery here. He's looking. It's similar to Morphling in the sense that they want to be on all over the map. They want to do it for different reasons, but the logic is the same. They want to be able to help out the team when necessary. Misery want to help out with being the aggressor, and VP wants
Radiant's
or G
top
wants to
tower
jump in
is
last
under
second
attack.
and help for the fight. But this just ups his farm rate more than probably any other item he could get. But I think there would be a lot of potential in going either the combat build on Morph with Manta or a very fast E-Blade, which he could have got. Probably like 20 minutes he could have had one. Or maybe even less. And then just start killing people left, right, and center. But at this point, I wouldn't recommend E-Blade. Then it's going to be too late. Now it's probably the combat path we'll be taking.
Is already
very
taking some
aggressive.
stacks from Morph, who replicates back at it into the base to gain some much needed mana. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what this next item's going to be. Boots of Travel into something, obviously, but Kuroki, I was hoping he'd go Blink. Thank baby Jesus. Love Blink Dagger on Necrophos. Get in good position, get a beautiful ult. I mean, really needs to hit level 2. That ult is, I'm not gonna say it's garbage, but they have to be extremely low for it to actually get the kill. Fissure coming out. Sadoy biding his time. He's going for a Bloodstone.
Radiant's top tower
It's gonna be
is
a
under
pretty late
attack.
Bloodstone. What is this? BZZ.
Speaking of items, No Tail.
Blink Dagger? Getting
Very
close.
close. He's going to get it now. That's a 16-minute Blink Arcane on Support Shaker. It's exceptionally
always finds a
fast.
way.
He's also been in 11 kills. This has been a very good Shaker performance. He's been playing very well all night, to be honest. I think he's been very solid in all the games. Correct me if I'm wrong. We had him on
No,
Tusk
he's playing
last
like
game.
garbage. Yeah, he's been good.
No, I think he's been the standout player, if you had to choose one for me.
Yule Scepter picked up by Venno, and that's going to be a great counter to the Bat Rider, who I think needs to go BKB in response to that. Obviously, Yule's is good no matter what, but something to keep in mind for these fights. As VP is smoked up, looking for a gank. Maybe they just transition to a tier 1.
Yeah, if they are already down here when Secret sees them, the tower is gone. But it's probably just going to be a trade for top then, which has 400 health. So, tier 1 trades. Mid lane, I don't think S4 can
Radiant's
really
bottom
threaten this
tower
tower. There's
is
2
under
Plague
attack.
Wars delaying him quite a bit, pushing out his wave. As
Dire's top
G is
tower
even going to
is
join
under
bottom, and he will be
attack.
going to combat build. That's the ultimate orb. Most likely looking for Manta first.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Unless he
Could
could
be
also
Lincoln's
get Sky,
technically.
or Lincoln's. I like
Radiant's
the
bottom
idea
tower
of Manta
is under
here
attack.
against Bat Rider. If you pop it fast when you blink
Radiant's
lassos,
bottom
he
tower.
loses his
Dire's
target,
top tower
and you can
has
just turn around the
fallen.
fight.
Dire's
alternatively-
middle tower is under attack.
You think
Yeah,
he
the
ends up
Link
going
is-
BKB this game?
I don't know.
I feel like one of the two is needed. Lincoln's or BKB against
Is the
Necrophos.
Lincoln's really good though?
I think so.
It's good against Bat until he has a force and then he can break it. But Stifling Dagger can just live it all the
Sadoy,
time.
Echo Slam being popped into Enchantos. Yule goes byway. That's the first Tempest engagement. Sadoy, beautiful Chakra dealing so much damage. He does find his way to the grave, however. BZZ chopped down by Big Daddy No Tail. Jotum has no mana to speak of, but it's not going to matter. Here comes Necrophos ult. Bye bye. That is a 2 for 4. Morphling the lone survivor for VP. Boots of Travel not strong enough, I guess.
Dire's
50.
middle tower
Kuroki
has
level
fallen.
11 now. And
Oh boy,
Dire's
Radiant
top
took 2
tower
towers.
is
You know what that
under
means for the prophecy.
GG guys. GG.
Yeah. The thing is, the way this game is, this isn't just about the towers now. So it's a little bit unfair because the game isn't even apart from the towers. Secret also have a lead on top of that. So if it were just a flat-out even game on Golden XP, I still think the map control, just this early map control, will be such a big snowball factor in this particular game compared to a lot of others. But well, see if VP can pull it back. They're definitely at a pretty significant disadvantage right now.
That right, and Lasso's not up for another 10 seconds. Can you explain this to me? I don't think it really matters if he doesn't pick any of it up, but it's just weird. KuroKy went Blade of Alacrity. It's going to be an Aghanims. I feel like that's the last thing you pick up, but if it's going to be sitting in the base, I suppose it doesn't matter. That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I have no idea. That is really odd.
Maybe it's like one of those auto-buy things that he has bound, and that's the first item listed or something like that? Is that...
It's possible. Well, you could say, like you said, it doesn't matter. If he wants an item, he will get the orb first, but...
Well, he has that on the courier right now as well.
There is no advantage to buying this for him. Unless if he thinks the armor is going to be better than the health of Ogre Club, then it won't. And the attack speed is still worse than the int. But as a hybrid item, it gives both defensive and aggressive potential with armor and attack speed. None of the others
yeah,
do.
Look at that attack speed. Oh wait, he doesn't have it right now.
No.
It could be benefiting him greatly if he had it in his inventory, for sure.
But that's
there's going to be a defense here, mounted for BP. Tower is not quite deniable.
Decision time for
But
G.
Secret's going to leave it.
Has the money for his next part. Buy the Yasha or either the Perseverance or a second orb.
We'll see if he buys Purse here.
No.
Nope.
There's a Battle Fury suddenly for S4. So this is going to close the gap on farm. You can see G is still pretty far ahead by about 2,000, but the following three trailing behind him are Secret heroes. And PA will be starting to catch up a little bit, I think, with their map control. With this top tower being gone, S4 can start farming the Dire jungle. And this is pretty important right now, the economy battle, as there's not much else going on for now.
Yeah, both teams know how crucial this game is because it's a
G.
do or die. G gets initiated up. He's going to strength more because that skill is absolutely ridiculous. Echo Slam used on top of it. Can they get a big crit? Is it going to matter? He is still alive somehow. S4 in the meantime, not so lucky. Goes down to Sadoy. No tail. Extremely slow thanks to BZZ. Morphling. Did he use a replicate or he just wait for him down? I'm not sure. Lich ult flying out. Jot's going to go down to the KuroKy ult, but he's going to fall shortly after. It's a 3-for-1 disastrous fight for Secret overall. As Abaddon gets slept. Misery, is there anything he can do for his comrade? Don't think so. And that is 4 kills going the way of VP. Could they get more? I don't know. Misery's Firefly is about to end. He'll be close if he can get a couple more spells upon him.
He's out.
Now he has absolutely nothing but Blink. TP.
I got stuck. So I was trying to check him maybe get the kill. But he thought Misery was out. Still, that's so huge for VP that G gets out there by the skin of his teeth. If he dies, the follow-up 4-for-2 would not have been that disastrous for Secret, but more staying alive and getting back to farming very fast. This is very, very important. That's a pretty big swing. That's a 5k loss. Holy shit, they actually lost 5k on that? What's their streak? Oh yeah, Kuro had mega kill, and that was given to Jotum. So
that's
the Lich
two ultimates from KuroKy that have been, he kind of has to use them on like support heroes that don't matter that much. Yeah. Especially once, I mean, Lich already used his ult. His effectiveness in the fight has gone down drastically as a result, and unfortunately it's the only target of choice that he had.
Well, Secret should have probably just cut their losses, to be honest. When that kill didn't work out and they lost 2, they could have, you know, they chose to go in again with Kuro and Puppy on the Abaddon. And Bad Rider was already pretty drained on resources, so they essentially took a 3-on-4, a little bit reminiscent of that fight we saw in, was that game 1? I think it was, where they had a hero die, and then they still tried to fight outnumbered without the best sort of initiation angle and just lost more. It's kind of the same play here, where sometimes you just gotta call it a bad fight and get out.
But without BKBs right now, on VP, this is where Necro gets super scary. So Ags is done, he has the blink obviously, level 2 ult. Can pretty much take most of these heroes down when they're somewhat close to half HP, except for Morphling with that Linken's. And what do they have to pop the link? I guess they have Stifling Daggers, like the best possible spell to use. Or Mistcoil is also excellent. They actually have a lot of things to take out. Tier 1 tower taken out.
Dire's bottom tower has
Alright,
fallen.
I'm not that big of a
been
fan
on
of
Bad
Lincoln's
Rider.
this game.
Do you think if he goes Lincoln's, he kind of has to go BKB too? Just so
Probably,
many
yeah.
spells.
But I don't think he's gonna go BKB
Radiant's
next. He's
middle
gonna go
tower
that
is under
third.
attack.
This tower.
Radiant
Does Secret really want to try this? Looks like it. There goes the Lincoln's to stifling
Bob.
dagger.
He's gonna jump in, morph to strength a bit.
Dire's
S4 still has a
bottom
Phoenix
tower
shield.
is under
Whoa.
attack.
Okay,
Now
that was
Misery
the
could find an
adaptive
opening.
strike.
Oh, nice Plague Ward. Preventing the blink. He's
Those
gonna
things
find
are
nothing.
so annoying.
Radiant's middle
do
Well, they
get
get to
the
the
tower
night
has
tower,
been
so
denied.
that's definitely something.
Regeneration.
When I hear adaptive strike, for some reason, as we're gonna see it here yet again, is G actually gonna go for this? No. It just sounds very similar to Ethereal Blade. I'm like, no fucking way, it's Ethereal Blade. So similar. Ice armor's available. They can get Roche. Do they have a medallion? Actually, Ags. Almost complete on BZZ.
Yeah,
Does he go Blink, you think, after that? Or
he
Veil?
should. He really should. Blink.
That is
Just
a
needs to
lot
get
of
in over the
damage.
top of them, because the crazy thing about Venom with Blink is you blink and you ult, then you've done a lot in the fight, right? But at the same time, the enemy team can't really ignore you after that. They still have to take you out, or else you're going to be annoying with Gale, with multiple Plague Wars, just keep on slowing and dealing a lot of damage over time with Sting. So the vast majority of your potential gets unlocked in the beginning, but you're still not a nobody after that. And I would say that's great, because that opens up space for the Morphling, it opens up space for the Timbersaw, especially if key abilities need to be used to kill that Venom, like Fissure, maybe even an Echo Slam, or the Reaper Scythe would be the absolute grand prize to force out by the Venom after using ult. So, I would say, yes, Blink,
Dire's
best
top
item
tower
after
is under
the Axe.
attack.
Alright, they're gonna go for Roche. It's gonna cost them a tier 2 in all likelihood. And
Dire's middle
There's the
tower
medallion.
is under attack.
not the greatest Roche lineup, but they do have ice armor, they do have
Dire's
medallion.
structures
That's
are
enough.
fortified.
They
Morphling's
fortify
pretty
to
good.
delay this as much as possible.
Dire's top tower
They
is
can
under
more all
attack.
the agility.
Dire's top tower
There's the
has
axe.
fallen.
And what level is his ult now? Level 2.
Roshan has
Very
fallen
powerful.
to the dire.
It's actually, I think the damage scales as well, so it's a level 3 ult right now, essentially, right?
The Necrol?
No, the Venom. The
Oh,
damage.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so then after that just gets so scary. So it's essentially he's level 16 right now. He's gonna have Initiation, Misery, can't quite get the lasso off, and his 4 steps out.
Dire's
TP
top
support on
tower
the way.
is under attack.
Gonna mention not a whole lot of
what a
them is nice
fissure.
fissure. Gonna block everybody
Right
in.
when he throws the Timber Chain as well. Didn't even get in.
Good old No Tail. What's he going
Radiant's
for?
bottom
Going for a
tower
4
is
step
under
for
attack.
himself. Pretty close to finishing that up. Alright, 2,500 gold for Morphling. This is going to be the moment of truth coming up shortly.
Radiant's bottom tower
Without
is
Aegis,
under
or with
attack.
Aegis I should say, don't really have to worry about buyback too much. And he's a great Aegis carrier as well. That should definitely be noted.
Yep. Are there
And here
any
we go.
BKBs
Bad
on the
Rider's starting to
horizon?
go BKB.
Yes.
Yeah, he's starting to go
PA
for it
almost
now.
has hers, Bad Rider almost has his, and G should be seeing this. Probably, if he's seen the Ogre Club on PA, she obviously will go BKB in this game, she has to. So once again, I don't think E-Blade is the path to take at this point. I think the combat morph is nice, and try to shut down the Necro, although if Necro doesn't want to BKB,
Oh, this
then
could be
E-Blade
good.
has a lot more value.
Oh, if he
Radiant's
gets a
top
TP,
tower
this is
is
going to be a
under
big ult, I
attack.
think. Okay,
Just
he just
blocking them
fissures
off,
and
just being in the
runs
way.
away. That is a sweet ass looking fissure, by the
Dire's
way.
middle
Love it.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Just a bunch of coins.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, tier 1 tower in all likelihood is
Radiant
dead.
structures are fortified.
What does Secret get out of this? Nothing at the moment. They're gonna start to push
Little bit
tier
of
2
farm.
bot. Benno
Radiant's top
steals
tower
that
has
last hit
fallen.
from poor Morphling, who needs to Midas desperately. So he replicates the mid lane to do just that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
3,500 gold on him. That's 1,000 gold
I'm really
in
surprised
less
that
than a
they
minute.
just let Secret do this. Looks like they might. No, Yol is going to go in now, but
There's no fortify either.
It's kinda
Initiation,
low.
double TP action. Yol is gonna go down before he can use any spell. Venom ult. It is Ag, like we talked about. S4 pops his BKB. He's gonna TP out. He's gonna get canceled from the chain frost. Blinks out, trying to get somebody. BZZ taking a crit to the face. Does S4 go back in? Is the question. That's a 10-second BKB, mind you. Misery has blink available. Nice blink up from S4 onto Kuroki.
oh, they have no idea he
Gonna be
went
looking
there.
for more. They
They
can't
couldn't see
find
it.
anybody.
Radiant's top tower
What
Yeah,
an
blink
is
up
under
from
escape.
attack.
Misery. And S4 can go back in now, although G's right behind him.
Yeah, G's gonna want this fight for sure.
Oh, G is gonna take a lot of damage. This is a knock, but is the Necro ult goes down, but of course that is the Aegis. So none of the extra benefits from that Reaper Scythe will come into effect. And I believe Echo Slam is still up and available, so N0tail wasn't able to maneuver himself.
This was a really good skirmish from Secret. Very well done. They got the kill, they almost got the tower, they saved the PA with a really nice show up from Kuro, giving the blink strike, and then they do bait and morph again, get a free kill, and just back out. They lost nothing on that. One BKB charge, if you will, on S4 was the trade-off there.
Keep in mind, as the later the game goes and the BKBs get less and less effective as far as duration concerned. Correct me if I'm wrong. Veno ult, if you use it before you, like, Veno ult is used, you BKB. Once the BKB is up, the Veno ult continues, correct?
Yes, it should stick
just
through.
Double checking.
And that also means that the soon-to-be Aghanims on Timbersaw is going to be really scary. This hero does scale very well into late game compared to what he used to, just because of that Axe Chain and nothing else. It's twice the damage on that skill, right? You just throw 2 and you have the Mana Pool and you have a Bloodstone, so... let's see how far is he away? It's just... he is 1200 away from the Axe completing it, 1100 at this point. That's going to be a huge pickup. Then it's just a matter for VP about living through the burst, and then he can start wrecking shit. He's going to deal massive amounts of damage. Level 3 Chakram now as well.
And you're right about G. He's going for that Manta, unless it's an S and Y, which would be fitting for this tournament, obviously. S4, still 9-second BKB.
Mediocre on Morph.
Why? It's a great utility item. And we have a nice offensive ward from Jotum into the enemy jungle. There's the BKB finish for Batrider, so the Yules, I don't think I've seen a Yules cancel the lasso initiation. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't think we have.
But now we probably will have.
Yeah,
we probably won't see that now, for sure. Unless it's later.
I don't think it's the only merit to getting the Yules, though,
of course.
for BZZ. And there's a Veil. He gets Veil over Blink. I still think Blink would have been... This is greedy, right? Because now there's the risk that he can't get the angle. And I would say for this kind of game, I think it's more valuable to have a reliable, powerful ult than an unreliable, ridiculous one. He's got great synergy with Lich, of course, with this, and to some extent Morphling and a little bit Bane. But Timbersaw doesn't really do that well with the Veil, because he does pure damage all the time.
Misery pops BKB for the lasso. He gets the Veil and the ult off does BZZ. Kuroki looking for an ult. Does he actually want to use it yet? Echo Slam coming into effect. G at half HP, morphing up to strength. Venomancer is the only casualty in this engagement so far. Puppy pops his ult, getting healed thanks to that chain pop. Zidoi gonna Timber Chain away. Looks like he's gonna be okay, at least for now. G going back in. Kuroki, I think he used his ult. Who was that on? It must have been on the Bane, I suppose, but Morphling ends up falling to the deck. Look at S4's crits, left, right, center. He Timber Chains to a melee tree, basically, and ends up denying himself, which is nice in its own right. Jotum versus PA. Who wins, Synderen?
I think Jotum has his Tranquil Boots are really good armor versus PA. Very survivable.
They do have 4-5, but
gone.
I think he's going to get this.
That was still a really good initiation from Secret, and VP getting a 4-for-4 trade that I think they can be happy with. They're still going to lose their towers, so Secret do come out ahead. And
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I was just criticizing the Veil, but that really did work there. He got in regardless, had the time to get the Veil off.
And Veil's another spell like Veno ult that it obviously doesn't do anything while it's BKB'd, but the duration stays in a similar fashion. So once those BKBs get less and less effective, it's going to be a pretty big deal overall. Who did Necro ult? Was it Bane?
I think he might have Necro ultied the Morphling, who then had Lincoln's on.
Oh, that could
I'm not sure, because I don't remember seeing the Necro ult killing anyone. Because if it did, there would have been a Reaper Scythe icon on their death marker.
That's true.
So I don't think he got anyone.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So it could have been the Lincolns, it could have been not enough for the kill at the same time.
Pretty sure it was the Lincolns. He tried it on G before he replicated out. Now has the Manta as well. And the Timber, I think it's the biggest item pickup so far. The X and Timber. It's huge.
N0tail. Fissure's here as well. Enchant Totem. Bane's pretty close. I'm gonna leave him alone. Did he have Ags Timbersaw in that last fight?
No, he just got it.
Right, so now
and as I was getting at, it doesn't have good synergy with Veil, because he deals almost exclusively pure damage, actually exclusively if the Whirling Death is with a tree nearby. But it's not just that. Obviously, he deals more damage now, right? Screw the synergy with Veil. He also farms faster. So he can start working on a very much needed Shiva's Guard. I think that would be really good against Secret's lineup. Although, Secret themselves are also getting some really big items. Almost Abyssal now on S4. Has the Relic. He's probably got it after this camp. He needs 2950 for that Basher.
Does he buy that without having buyback available to him?
I think so. I think he will. There's no big risk involved. They won't be losing Rex if he dies, as long as they keep fighting on VP's half of the map.
If they had a Meepo VP, then that'd be a different story, I suppose.
Maybe.
Here we
There we go.
smoke.
That's
Misery's been
Abyssal.
initiating
Oh,
every
this is
single
a
time.
big
Finds
pick-off.
Sadoy. Kuroki wants to get off a nice ult. They don't do that much damage right now. Here it comes. Bye-bye Sadoy. No buyback
No
for your
buyback.
deck for 74 seconds. A nice chain run, so there's some crits to tank it up. Echo Slam popped on 2. Here comes the S4. Nice fuels by Venomancer, going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but the crits almost destroy Morphling in one hit. BZZ takes a crit to the face as well. Yul on the run. We have a buyback from Venomancer. S4 wants to continue the pressure. Misery not so sure. Gonna back up for now. Puppy and company gonna play it safe. There's the Abyssal Blade officially. This could be a big surprise factor. They can go back in. No, never mind. It's not a surprise factor anymore. Plague Ward's super
They might not
annoying.
have seen it though. He's only shown it for like 3 seconds.
True. I just assume
So,
that they're
this
constantly
is
clicking.
the
now.
hero VP can't get caught out, I think. Or there are 2. It's Morphling and it's Timber. They lose the
for
fight
Rush.
with Timber to Necrol. He has to either survive the Necrol or die to something else, basically.
Alright, S4 takes it for Kuroki. Your thoughts?
I would give it to Kuro, I think. S4 is probably not gonna die the way this is going.
Roshan has fallen
Yeah.
into the radiant.
As
There you
said,
go.
they give it to S4.
No, I agree. I think Necro's one of the best, well, maybe not one of the
He's
best.
a really
very
good carrier.
Aegis carrier. P is not that bad.
No,
Especially,
she's
the problem
really good
is
too.
She has BKB. It's another 8 second. She didn't even use it in that last fight. Holy shit.
S4
So
can
9
just
second
play
BKB
aggressively
still.
now. The difference is he can force a reaction by going in, because they have to deal with him, and he just doesn't use BKB on his first life. And then afterwards he pops BKB, maybe the Abyssal on his second life, and then he's really dangerous. So. I understand the logic. I think it's good on both. It really
Vincere
depends
onto
on what you
Yul and
want.
nice fuels, but I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say that Bane is dead.
You are a sacred target.
G doing what he
Now
can
go
bot
the
lane.
Plague Wards.
Good split
John
pushing.
getting close to a mech.
Someone was porting but got
Pretty lame
cancelled. Who was that?
Not sure.
Puppy cancelled his port to bottom. This means G will be getting this tower, and I don't know if Secret can just get in here. They're gonna
Oh, they're
try.
gonna jump in. Abyssal Blade. Venomancer's gonna be dead before he can get anything off it. In fact, Venomancer goes down to the Necro. There's 105 seconds on the deck. S4 still has the Aegis to work with, and the BKB already popped though. Gonna go for this tower now. Morphling still bottom lane. Fortify is not up. This is gonna be at least the tower, if not more. Can they defend without a Venomancer who didn't pop any of his skills?
Dyer's middle
Because he was
tower
completely
has
purposeless. They're
fallen.
going to try to go for the range rack.
Radiant's
G,
bottom tower
adaptive
is
strike's
under
really not
attack.
going to be too scary at this current point in time. Range racks, going to be the first to go down in all likelihood. The Lincoln is down, and here comes the jumping again. Beautiful Echo Slam on 3, into the fissure. They completely blow up the Lich. Bane buys back immediately into the game. S4 trying to get as much as he can with his Aegis. They're going to clean up. Morphling the only one alive. Bane bought back. This is going to be a full set of racks.
Dyer's structures are
Can
fortified.
Secret do it? Could this be their first tournament win as champions, as a team, with Misery as their new
Dyer's middle
stand-in?
barracks has fallen.
They're gonna go directly top lane. 53 seconds still on Venomancer. This is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Unbelievable. That one jump
Radiant's top
just won the
tower
game,
is under
probably.
attack.
They're gonna get 2 lanes of Rex. There's kind of no counterplay.
Oh,
Y'all
Lasso's
gonna be
up again.
so
Oh my god, this is sick.
And it's just... It looked like VP were going to hold that defense, but that beautiful jump from Misery just set up the fight entirely. He found one of the key targets. Veno is another really good one. I was talking a lot about Morph and Timber. Veno,
Dyer's top
well,
barracks has fallen.
in a way, just as important, if not even
Dyer's
more
top
important
barracks
than the
has fallen.
Morphling at this point because of his defensive item
Dyer's
build.
middle
Veno deals
tower
more
is under
damage.
attack.
And taking him out for 100 just enables them to go in
Radiant's
easily
top
here. They still
tower
even
is
have
under
the
attack.
Aegis. They didn't even get S4 killed. Played with all the confidence in the world because VP just didn't have the damage there. Now
S4
G...
still has the Aegis.
G's now gonna get an
2
MKB
more
as a
minutes.
desperation measure.
Morphling?
Yeah, I feel
boy,
like he's really paid for his item build this game. It's taken too long simply to come online.
The boots of
Now he
travel
might
was
be
super
strong,
risky.
but they're 2 lanes down, and this is when he's This is when he's starting to deal damage this game, it feels like. It's just too late.
Puppy's gonna get a haste. Aegis is up for another 2 minutes. They could do this all over again. They just get megas. Like, there's nothing stopping Secret at the moment. The MKB is going to be a surprise, but we'll see how much difference it actually ends up making. Obviously not an item you want to get on a stats-based hero like Morphling. If he gets jumped, they know he doesn't have buyback. There's no way he has buyback.
The question is if VP want to try to fight at this tower. They still don't have a blink on Veno. It's going to be really hard for BZZ to get in and get that ulti off.
This looks familiar. This looks like TI2.
Dire's bottom
Smoke
tower
underneath the
is
tower,
under
but
attack.
Secret's a little bit farther this time.
game.
Bottom tower
The
has
tier
fallen.
2.
Patience from BZZ.
Patience
waiting in
from
the wings.
BZZ. Is that the imitation of LD?
Dire's
Could this
bottom
be?
tower is
Could
under
this be the
attack.
counter?
This is
The
going to be the
counter-
last stand.
Puppy
for VP
talked
if they
about the
can't take
counter
this.
to his own
No
team.
Tail is going
It's
to
the
get 4
backstab.
staff. He gets the Echo Stop on 3 heroes. 2 get blown up right off the bat. G trying to do as much damage as possible. All he gets is the Earthshaker. Puppy and company trying to do as much damage. Get in that Necro ult. That's it. He cannot buy back in the game. Secret are going to be your fucking champions. I don't know why I said fucking. That's just the way it's going to be. Oh my god. What a game played from Secret MVP. This was one of the most entertaining series I have ever cast. Congratulations to Secret. Winning 3-2. They take it the distance. Oh man. What a series.
Wow. You were right about pretty much everything apart from a few things. You said 5 games. You said VP were going to win, which was wrong.
Yeah,
You did
that was
call
wrong.
VP was going to win last game, which was also wrong, and against your original statement of 5 games. But apart from that, you were spot on today. Great predictions.
Thank you. I'm always
Man, what
good.
a sick game, though.